Right, as promised, I thought I'd do you some footage comparing different illuminators. So I'll just do a quick daytime scan around the field that I was going to sit in this evening. Just so you can see the sort of distances. The roof of that building there is 95 yards, I think. Yeah, it'll come up on the range mode. So we've got the stable block next to me is 28 yards. 75 yards to the corner of the field. And 91 yards to the roof. And I think if we look, hang on, let me just ping down there as well, 79 yards to that bit of poster rail. Straight in front of me is about 74, 75. Yeah, 74. And I think if I actually get the tree at 79. Yep. Back to the stable, 28. So the first illuminator I've got here is the Deben Tracer Max with an IR filter on it and a dimmer control. So at 28 yards you can really control your brightness, get your contrast and clarity quite nice. You can probably tell on the footage it is absolutely lamping it down with rain tonight. But for the good of you lot, I thought I'd get out and do some footage. So you've got some sheep there, there's a little owl set up on the top of that post as well, and there's another owl set on the end of the barn, look. So the owl is actually going to be sort of 95, 96, just to keep Wink happy. You can see all of these rabbits are really spooked by my laser. There's me sat in the open, banging and crashing, changing batteries, changing illuminators. So now we're on an M1000. M1000 illuminator, so down at 28 yards, probably got the power setting a bit high, I'll turn it down a notch or two. So relatively clean picture, but you do get a slight hologram effect with a laser. Let's turn the illuminator up again, have a quick focus. You've got a rabbit sat there about 70 yards away. Clearly see it's an M1000 with the rings. Oh look, there's another scared rabbit. Hope Wink doesn't watch this, you know, because we're using all this IR, it will scare all these rabbits. And bearing in mind, you know, my farm, we've got holiday guests here 52 weeks of the year, all out shooting, all out lamping, all using night vision. And I can just drive in the field and do this. So we must have very special rabbits in Suffolk, I reckon, who are oblivious. Now this is quite an interesting piece of footage. I will do a separate YouTube video for this. This is an IR illuminator that I made myself. It is basically a Osram Platinum Dragon, and I used the lens off a Yukon Ranger that I took to bits. First time I've used it in anger. I had to make up a heatsink and everything to house the LED today, and I'm really quite pleased with it. Again, you know, them rabbits you're looking at there are sort of 75 yards, so we're now in the corner of the field again, sort of 75 yards. Find the roof of the building. There we go. So we're talking 90 yards. It's getting a bit dark, but usable. Again, you can see the rain is absolutely lamping down. I'm getting soaking wet, all my kit's getting wet. But I thought I'd grab the chance in between going to feed the lambs. There's some lambs and mum. So them sheep are going to be 100 yards away. So we must now be down to that big nasty Bosch. As you can see, 28 yards, overkill. I'm getting flare back on the lens. Let me try and focus this in. With the Bosch, just so you know, obviously it isn't gun mounted. The Bosch is actually on my spotter, which is on a remote pan and tilt head. So I'm trying to operate a remote control, spinning the Bosch lamp around, hold my gun, stop everything getting wet, which is why you'll see the brightness will flick up and down. But you know, it throws such a clean picture. And again, you know, these rabbits are petrified. You know, that rabbit's 70 yards away. I'm doing all this footage, and that IR illumination is really scaring them. Sorry for the sarcasm. So we're now in, there's a rabbit there with his back to us, so that's going to be sort of 76, 77. Oh, there's actually two rabbits, so it's just lifted its head up. And let me go up onto the roof of that building. So hang on, let's go up again. So there you go.